I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank the young Marines. They are such great supporters of all our events, and I don't know what we'd do without them. Anyway, my name... Thank you. My name is Lori Moss, and I'm the city manager for the City of Murrieta, and I would like to welcome you to the Murrieta Senior Center grand opening. It's a beautiful day for a long-awaited event. My car said 75 degrees, so that means it's cooled off a little bit for this spectacular event. I feel a little bit like a developer these days. We just finished Washington Street. There's still a lot of stuff under construction. And darn it, if we could, the city couldn't even get concrete to finish the curbs. Did you notice that? So we're working, and those curbs will be in shortly. I'd like to recognize some of the VIPs that are here today, particularly those that are behind me and those that are responsible for this wonderful facility. Mayor Warnie Enox. Mayor Pro Tem Kelly Ciardo. Councilmember Rick Gibbs. Councilmember Doug McAllister. And Councilmember Dick Ostling. Supervisor Jeff Stone, Supervisor of the 3rd District, is en route, so we'll hear more from him a little bit later. I would also like to point out some staff people we have here. Chief Mark Wright, Chief Bill Armentrout. We have Assistant City Manager or Deputy City Managers Terry Farrow, Chris Paxton, and Jim Holston. So I'd like to thank them, and I'd also like to thank all the other city staff that's here. I am really proud today to be able to introduce you to our brand new, just crowned last Saturday, Miss California preteen, Carissa Hames. Carissa Hames is a 6th grader at Thompson Middle School. She's a local Murrieta resident, and I think this might be her very first appearance here today. She's going to say a couple words to us, and you guys need to keep an eye on her because I think we're going to see her do a lot of great things here in Murrieta. Carissa?
Good afternoon. My name is Carissa Hames, and the past weekend I competed in the National American Miss. I was crowned the preteen in Anaheim, and this competition was judged on my ability to speak in public and also to do interviews, presentation, and in a formal gown and community involvement. There were 140 girls in this division, and I was the queen. It is with great pride that I wear this crown and banner as the National American Miss pageant and as a representative of the City of Murrieta. I am honored to participate in the grand opening of this beautiful facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Carissa. Also with us today we have Tom Rogers from Senator Hollingsworth's office. Tom? They've been great supporters of all of our activities here at Town Square and in the city. And also presenting a proclamation, we have Cheryl from Assemblyman John Benoit's office. Cheryl, would you like to come up now?
everyone doing? Good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Bisco, and I am a new field rep for Assemblyman John Benoit, and he sent me with a certificate to give to the Murrieta Senior Center. On behalf of the California State Legislature, I am honored to welcome you to the Murrieta community. Please accept my sincerest congratulations upon the grand opening of your new senior center. I am confident you will enjoy every success in this endeavor. And it's from my boss, Assemblyman John Benoit. And he just says, thank you for inviting us and welcome to the community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheryl. I need to recognize a couple more people. Could I have the Community Services Committee stand up, the commission? All of you that are in the Community Services Commission and the Historic Commission. Okay, good. Wave then. All right. This group has worked long and hard on park and recreation facilities, and the Senior Center is one of them that they've looked at probably more than one time at their meetings, so we appreciate all of their help. Also, we have representatives from the Colony Singles, if you guys will just wave. The Murrieta Rotary Club. The Murrieta Lions Club. Murrieta Valley Foundation. XYZ members. These guys are finally home. That's why they're so rowdy. Also with us today from the Economic Development Agency in Riverside County, which was a funder of this building, is Bill Brown. There's Bill, yeah. And did Suzanne make it, Bill? No. Thank you for coming. I'd also like to thank Jack Van Haster, a previous council member. Thanks for being here, Jack. We also have several planning commissioners. Will you guys raise your hands or wave or something? And then other commissions that are represented here, and you guys can just wave, please, is our GPAC Commission, Library Commission, Steering Committee, and I already said CSD. Will you just all please wave so we can see how many of you there are that volunteer your time to the City of Murrieta? Thank you. And then I'm so pleased to have with us today our honorary mayor, Rita Parks. And Rex Oliver from the Chamber of Commerce. Also, Rex wanted me to invite all of you between 5:30 and 6 to our Standards of Excellence here in Murrieta. They're off Jefferson Avenue. There's a chamber mixer there tonight. And a really good friend of the city that I saw in the audience, Terry Gilmore. Terry, can you wave? Okay, I'd like to thank Georgianne from the San Marcos Senior Center. Is Georgianne here? Wave if you're here, Georgianne. Oh, good. There she is. Thank you, Georgianne, for coming. And also Candace from the Temecula Senior Center. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I'm told by staff that you guys have been invaluable in doing tours and answering phone calls and everything, so I really appreciate all that. We're probably going to have a ton more questions, so be prepared. Also, I'd like to thank the Murrieta Valley Foundation for the computers that they donated. And the Murrieta Lions Club for the computer furniture. And our own Colony Singles donated the furniture for the craft room. So when we go in for a tour, you'll be able to see, because there's plaques outside the doors of all these different rooms to talk about what was donated, and we're very, very thankful for that. The Murrieta Rotary Club donated a steam table for the kitchen. And our Murrieta Garden Club donated all the lovely plants you'll see in there. I'd like to thank Channel 12 from the Colony for recording this for us as part of history. We really appreciate all you guys do for us at our events. And a very special thank you to Jim Venable, who we started this project with when he was supervisor. And we're very appreciative of Supervisor Stone. Is he here yet?
Yes, he is. Right here.
Sorry, Jeff. You are a super stone. Sorry about that. Anyway, our supervisor, Jeff Stone, who has continued the commitment and more. Okay, I wanted to take a little bit of time and thank our CSD staff, because when I was here this morning, they were all working like bees. You know, those of you that have worked with CSD or Parks and Rec staff, you know how hard workers they are. And they were in here washing windows and vacuuming and everything to make it look good for you guys. So when you see one of them, you go up and give them a hug and tell them thank you, because they worked really, really hard today. I'd like to talk a little bit about the furnishings in the senior center. We talked about a little bit about what was donated, but I'm here to tell you that we can use more stuff. We're looking for some pool tables, and we need other things like stuff for the kitchen. We need stuff for the craft room. We're looking for games and books that you may have already read. There's a library in here. Bring your books to us. Anything to make it feel a little bit more homier. We're getting ready to set up a City of Murrieta Foundation. In the meantime, we have a trust fund that's available. If you know of anybody that would like to donate any funds, we'll take them, and we'll continue to furnish the senior center for you. I'd like to invite you after this recognition, I'd like to invite you to come inside and make yourself at home. We're going to have tours, and there's plenty of food. It's really, really exciting. And I would, at this time, like to bring up the mayor, and he has a couple words to say to you.
Thank you, Lori. First of all, I'm going to start by saying thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank everybody for coming. And next, I want to say a day has finally arrived for the City of Murrieta to cut a ribbon on a senior center. Something that, I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was a lot of years ago, that a small group of seniors were talking to the council and saying, we need a senior center, we need a senior center. And I said, yeah, you know, you got a good point. We do need a senior center. Hopefully we can put that together here. And I'm sorry to say that was a lot of years ago. It's taken a lot of years to get to this point. But we have finally got to that point, and due to the fact of persistence from people that needed the senior center and wanted it, and wanted to make sure that we got that put together. So from the beginning to here, it's been a bit of a road, but it's finally here. Next, the funding. I'd say, you know, it was difficult to put this together, but I want to thank Supervisor Stone and the county for supporting the city on funding and the grant money that was put together in order to put this together, to make it happen. That was a big thank you. He's here today too. So from the idea and from the thought and from the persistence, here we stand. We're going to cut a ribbon, and this council and me representing it is very proud. Next, this is our senior center for our seniors. How important are the seniors? Well, as you can see, they are very important. They mean a lot to everybody. They're the knowledge of the community. Our community's grown from the last 5 years, from a small group of seniors to a large group of seniors. Now we've almost outgrown this brand new building we're going to cut the ribbon on, but luckily we've left room for expansion. Yeah. Now we got to work on that money again. Okay. I would like to add, as Lori mentioned, it seems like we're cutting a lot of ribbons lately. This is the second anchor for a civic center for the city of Murrieta, and one of the most important anchors I want to add that we finally got put together. First was our police station, next is our senior center. And today is the day that that has finally come to be. One more thank you, and then I'm going to ask Supervisor Stone to come up here. Again, the thanks go to the seniors that were out there pushing it, making sure that we did our job. Everybody involved from the very beginning, and there's been a lot. And if I started mentioning names, it would be like when Lori was up here. There's tons of names out there that have been totally involved from the very beginning. It's been a slow road, but it's finally come to the point where now, as councilmen, as we all stand up here, we're going to cut a ribbon and we're going to say we finally got the thing accomplished. I want to thank especially, though, the staff. I know they were out here this afternoon working very hard to make sure when we go inside, which we're all going to do as soon as we cut this ribbon, that the building looks to the perfect point where we all want to see from now on. All the activities that are going to happen here are something that's necessary. And I remember my first mentioning when they first came forward, I said to, I can't remember the group, there was a group of about 5 seniors, this was a long time ago, that said that we need a senior center, and I said, well, hopefully I'm not a senior by the time it actually happens. But I think I did make it. I'm a senior, I think now. I finally had it. It did happen. So, okay, I want to thank you all again for all coming, and now I'm going to introduce Supervisor Stone up here to say a few words. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Holston is going to say a few words. Yeah. Jim Holston is going to say a few words.
Thank you, Warnie. I was the project manager on this, and I just wanted to acknowledge a couple of people that helped us. Ian Gill is here with Highland Partners, Inc. They were the design builder of this facility. So once we get inside and look around, you can tell Ian, thank you for designing, doing a great job. We are on budget and on time, so it turned out perfect. As project manager of this, I've been working on it for quite a while, like 10 years. And there's a lot of seniors over the years that have been part of this program, giving us input, giving us a push, helping us along. Insistent. I can't acknowledge them all because there's been hundreds, but I really would like to acknowledge 4 that have stuck with it and really helped the city with that push and got us going this way. First off, Shelley Walton, who had organized a group to force the city of Murrieta, strong armors into a senior center, and it worked. Right after they formed, we had a senior center. Next, I'd like to recognize Ron Gozia, who showed up at every meeting we've had for the last 5 years and told us what he thought. Pat Lalou is a current ex-president of XYZ. She's on our CSD commission. She sat on the steering committee as a senior advisor. She's been very involved in the city working towards it, and without her help, we probably wouldn't have got here as quick as we did. So Pat, she's a good pusher. Last but most definitely not least, the current president of XYZ, David Brostrom. David and I go way back. He used to come and say, Jim, when are you going to do something for the seniors? You're doing all this stuff for the youth, for the kids. You're spending all your money on that, and you're not doing anything for the seniors. And I said, Dave, we're not spending a penny on the youth. You know, that's all volunteers. That's all free. The city's broke. We don't have no money. And he'd look at me and kind of walk out of the room and come back the next day and say, Jim, when are you going to spend something on the seniors? And he kept doing that for several years. He's been very active. And over the last few years, when we've had the senior programs over in the community center and we've got him here, Dave has become a strong supporter of the city in this program. And I see him out here today. I know he's here. And he really deserves a round of applause and a lot of credit for this. Thank you, Dave. Now we'd like to introduce Mr. Jeff Superstone.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Mayor Enox and Honorable Council members. I'm delighted to be here today on such a special day when the City of Murrieta and the County of Riverside have forged a partnership, put a lot of money together to try to make this facility a reality here today. And you know, government doesn't always get the benefit of spending the citizens' money wisely. And I have just a cute story I'd like to tell you about a young boy that decided he wanted to write a letter to God, and he wanted to ask for a $100 bill. So he put the letter in the envelope, put a stamp on it to heaven, and put his return address on there, gave it to his dad to mail. His dad took it to the post office, mailed it. Postmaster got it, said, my goodness, what the heck am I going to do with this? So he said, I'm going to go ahead and forward it to the President of the United States. The letter actually got to the Oval Office. So President Bush opened the envelope up, and sure enough, he found the note and said, isn't that nice of this boy writing to God for a $100 bill? Well, I certainly can't let him down. So the President took his wallet out of his pocket. He put a $5 bill in there, and he sealed the envelope and mailed it back. Well, about a week later, the father went to little Johnny and said, Johnny, you won't believe this, but I got a letter from God, and I want to give this to you. And he's very excited. He opens it up, and he sees that there's money in there, and he pulls out the $5 bill. And his father said, that was very generous. Now, you need to write God a thank you note and thank him for the $5 that you got. He said, Dad, I will do that right now. So he writes a thank you note. He says, Dear God, thank you very much for your generosity in sending me the $5 bill. But I have to ask you, why did you send it through Washington? Because those crooks took $95 out of it. So that's a stereotype. But here is a great situation, and I have to give some credit to my predecessor that had the vision and the partnership with the City of Murrieta to pledge $1 million of federal funding to jumpstart this wonderful project. As many of you know, we have a rapidly aging population, me including. I'm going to be 50 years old in January, and so you may see me utilizing my facility as well. Because let me explain that further. It gets kind of aggravating when I've had quite a bit of press lately, as you probably imagine. Some of it positive, some of it okay. But they always say that super supervisor Jeff Stone of Temecula did this and did that. Okay? Well, they don't have it straight. It is Supervisor Jeff Stone of Murrieta, because Murrieta has been my home now for almost 6 months, and I'm delighted to be a resident here. And it is great having an ambassador from this area on the Board of Supervisors looking after the best interests of the senior community of this entire valley. This has been a project that's been long overdue, something that was instrumental because of the vision and leadership of your city councils, past and present, to bring this facility to fruition. Through this facility, we hope to organize and coordinate county programs here. As you know, there is a lot of elder abuse that happens in the United States, and let me tell you that Riverside County is the capital of elder abuse. Many of you have read in the newspapers that there was one case where our citizens in the Hemet-San Jacinto area were pilfered about $153 million through fraudulent schemes. So I want you to know that if you have contractors that come out to you, you have the ability to call the county. We have an ombudsman. It's at no charge to you. Let us look at what you're doing, making sure that you're getting bona fide bids for the projects that you want to have done around your home. You'll be able to access these professionals right here in your senior citizen center. We also are going to have opportunities for those of you that want to get back into the workplace. We're going to have workforce development representatives that are going to be here to help you. And we'll add many more senior programs through the county, many of which exist, that will hopefully enhance your quality of life. This is going to be a wonderful facility, a great place for you to recreate, a great place for the city. I know they're going to plan wonderful senior events for you, to have day trips, have luncheons here. The county's also going to participate in a luncheon program here, which will be at no cost to the seniors. I think it's like 3 days a week. We're looking forward to doing that. And just to spice in the pot up a little bit, I kind of heard Mrs. Moss's wish list for things that you need for the new Senior Citizen Center. I'm very happy to pledge today to you $10,000, which will buy a pool table for you and any other ancillary materials that you need. Who knows, I might even get a positive comment out of Bugle for that one. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a delight to be here to witness your ribbon cutting, and I hope that you have many, many years of health and happiness and enjoy this new facility. And again, congratulations to the city.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for your generous offer. Real quick, I'm going to ask the council and the supervisor and Carissa to come out in front so we can cut the ribbon and do a photo op, and then we're going to go in and party.
Welcome to the Murrieta Senior Center. Come on in and we'll give you a tour. This is our lounge area. This is where people will be sitting and lounging and reading magazines and being social. And over here, this is our TV that's been donated. A private residence of Murrieta donated this to the Senior Center. This that will be over here is our library, soon to be, and everything. This in here will be our computer lab. The Murrieta's Lions Club donated all the money to purchase the desks, and the Murrieta Valley Foundation will be donating 7 computers so we can offer training, internet service, and just people that can come in and do computer and learning and everything. And then down here, for the future, this will be the hallway that will lead to the library once that's built. This wall right here with the special lighting we're going to have is the history, the wall of history. A lot of the local artists had painted history of Murrieta, and we'll be displaying that on here also. In this room is our craft room, or an activity room. The arts club will be here doing all their painting, oil painting, watercolors, and also different crafts we'll be offering, lessons and stuff, quilting classes and so forth. This room here, the night of the opening, we're going to have a survey, and they get to choose what's going to go into this room right here. It's either going to be a billiard room, or we're going to do a fitness room, or just a general activity room. So it's going to be their choice of what they would like to have in here. And then down this hall here is our conference room, that we can have board meetings and special meetings that's limited to the 8 people meeting. And I'll take you on to the multi-purpose room. And this is our multi-purpose room where in the future we'll have the lunch program through the Riverside County. And that will be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As soon as our kitchen facility is finished, then we will be providing the lunches. Until then, we will be having special groups that have potlucks and stuff like that also. We can use this.
What's your capacity, Joe?
136. we'll be having our senior masquerade party in here in October. And did you want to see the offices? Restrooms are over there. This is going to be the lobby as the entrance comes in. This is where volunteers will come and greet everybody coming through the door and receiving phone calls and answering questions. And this here is Michelle's office, which is our director's office. And this will house our new director or supervisor that they're going to hire for the senior center. This right here is, this office is going to be manned by a couple part-time employees plus volunteers. So they will take registrations for classes, special events, bus excursions, answer questions, and so forth. This vacant area right here right now will be the copying machine, file cabinets, to keep track of all the office and volunteers. And this here will have 2 office people in here. And another part-timer goes here, and our office specialist will go here. And they'll be coming over next week. This is my office, temporary office. So it's just a temporary one until, And then this room right here is going to be our volunteer room. That's where Office of the Aging reps will be here, Social Security reps, tax preparation. The reps will all be here. That way it's confidential, quiet, and they can answer personal questions in this room. And that's about it.